Hey friends, so it's been a while since I've done a review or how-to or anything like that. And I see a lot on the Blade 350 QX owners group, people talking about their FPV setups and asking questions on how to set up because, well, as most of you know, I am a big fan of RTFM, or read the fucking manual, as it refers to the Blade 350 QX. And I'm referring to the online manual because the online manual has way more information than the paper version you get when you buy the quad in the first place. However, with the FPV setup, really there's no manual for it. I mean, yes, you're going to get a manual for the whole FPV rig, but as far as how to install it, you don't get that. So what I've got is I've got the Fat Shark Teleporter V3 system, and I've had it installed on my 350 QX several times. I got all the cables over there. Yeah. But I have it set up so that I can take it off and put it on other things, like my RC car. I love driving my RC car FPV. It's a lot of fun. It's a little disorienting at first, but you get the hang of it. But you know, on a day where you can't take it off, take your 350 up, you know, driving around RC FPV is a lot of fun. But anyway, I'm going to show you my installation for the FPV system on my 350 QX. So I've got my 350 QX right here, and you can see that I've got it modded with the taller landing gears, the extreme carbon fiber props from Extreme Productions, the aluminum caps from smallpartcnc.com. I've got the gimbal installed, the GB200 blade gimbal that comes on the 350 QX AP combo. I have it off right now just because I don't want to fly with it on, it's extra weight. But you're going to notice right here, I have this little patch of Velcro. And that Velcro is actually for my transmitter. So when you get your, say if you want to get your FPV system, you get the Teleporter V3. So this is your transmitter. And this is the 250 milliwatt transmitter. And you see I don't have an antenna on it right now, so I want to show you the difference, what you get. So these are the antennas that come with your stock system, and they're nice. You can bend them up so that you're moving them out of the way. Yeah, both of them do that. But these are the shitty dipole, the linear polarized. And they just screw on there, and there you go. There's your antenna. However, those are crap, and I prefer the Fat Shark linear, circularly polarized antennas. And you can get these from, I got mine from Ready Made RC. I think they were like 30-40 bucks for the set of two, which is actually really, really good. And so these are just screw on, same way. And these flex, which is nice. You can put them in any position you want, which fits really nice. Let me get this oriented correctly here. Which fits really nice underneath the 350 QX, right about right there. So you can see that just Velcros on. And then what I do, where's the, okay. You just take one of your zip ties and zip tie right around here and zip tie the antenna to the leg. Now when you do this, you want to make sure that you do it on the left leg, not the right leg, because the right leg, as we know, has the compass. So if you put, where's that there? If you put this antenna down the right leg, you're going to screw up your compass. So do it down the left leg. Now you also might notice that I've got a wire running down the left leg. That is power for the gimbal. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did this. But right now I've just got it running in the clips that would hold your wire for the compass. It just keeps it out of the way so that I don't have to pull it out every time I take the gimbal off. I can just pop them right down into those grooves, and it keeps that out of the way. I'm going to move on to the next component, and this is going to get a little bit important. This is one of the tricky things, and a lot of guys ask, well, how do you do this? How do you run your power for your transmitter? Because we've already got the transmitter mounted. That's easy. It just sticks right there. You do that one zip tie, it's not coming off. So this is your power cable for your transmitter. And your power cable comes with a power filter. Now the nice thing about this power filter, because the Fat Shark transmitter has a wide range of voltages on it. It's from 2 cell to 4 cell, so from 7.4 volts to, what is that, 14.8. And you can see right here, 2 cell, 3 cell, 4 cell. On the back side, those are your balance connectors. So all you got to do, where the hell did that battery go? There you go. So all you got to do, and this is the 3000 milliamp E-Flight battery for the 350QX. Sorry, I'm kind of phlegmy today. When you have this in the 350QX, and this guy is on the inside, all you gotta do is plug that sucker into your balance lead. You have your 4th port on this guy for your cable to your transmitter. So, and it's really even nice because right here it's a 2-pin setup. It shows you what is positive, what is negative. Now, on this connector, you have this really nice clippy piece, and you even got this little guy right here that helps line it up. But when you put that sucker in, if I put it in correctly, you hear it click. Now it's not going to pull out, but you got to push that guy down to get it out. In order to run this into your 350QX without cutting holes, you're going to have to cut that off. And all you do is take your razor blade and you get it right in there and you go pink and pop it off. You see, I've already done it to this end. Not only are you going to pop off that guy, you're also going to pop off the guy on the other side, right there. Now this will still go in. You just have to take a little bit of care when you plug this in. Now you can do that one of 2 ways. You could just plug it in and say, okay, screw it. Just make sure the pins line up and you're in. You could super glue it in if you wanted it to be permanent, but then you're not getting this out without popping those guys off the other side so you can pull the cable through. I just take that couple extra seconds to make sure that when I'm plugging this in, everything's plugged in correctly. Okay, so what we're going to do, now if you notice that, okay, well, we know that there's a hole up in here that the compass lead runs down. Comes out of the inside right here, runs down through the hole. There's also one on the other side, and that's so that you can run external wiring. And that's the reason that we cut these little tabs off, is so this guy can fit nice and smoothly through there. And if you give it a couple tiny pushes, I doubt you can see it, but you're going to start seeing it come up over here in the corner. Now, with the help of your bent needle nose pliers and a little bit of patience, because this does take patience, because you're fishing this thing through without taking the body off. Because you know what, there's 32 screws that I don't like taking off. So we're just going to kind of fish over there, and we're going to open up our pliers a little bit. And it's going to fall out. That's going to happen to you a few times. Okay, this does take a little bit of patience and some technique, because we're not just forcing this thing through, because the body of it does curve. There is a little piece in here that's going to catch on it. But if you stop dropping things and are able to get your needle nose in there, after about 30 seconds of fishing, oh, there's your power cable. No holes. You just fish it right through there. And there you go. Oh my gosh. Now you've got it. Now, check this out. So when you get your battery in here, you're always going to want to pull this lead back and that lead back. And you can see I've got some other stuff in here. This little JST plug right here, that's for my lights. I've got that wired up to those LED strips underneath. And I just pulled the EC3 plug, or plastic off of it, soldered it in, tapped into them, shrink tubed it, put the EC3 connector back together, and now I've got a pigtail coming off that. So you're going to pull these guys out of the way, and you're going to pop your battery in there. Now we all know the 3000 milliamp battery is a tight fit, and it is. There is not a lot of room inside the 350QX once you have that 3000 milliamp in there. That is what it is. Oh, there it is. So once you have your JST, this is a JST connector. Once you have your power supply come through, you're going to take your balance power filter, and you can go ahead and line up your JST connector, and there you go. Now you have your power filter inside your 350QX, and all you got to do is hook her on up to the balance connector. Now this will fit. Check this out. And you got to do some tucking, and it's a little bit of finesse. So if you take your 350QX and you plug it in there, and you kind of wrap that around, and you do a little tuck job, you get that sumbitch down in there. Okay, that's good. White, by the way. Oh my God, it fits. It fits very nicely. Yeah, look at that. Now, here's something that you can do. If you're worried about this flying off, take yourself a little Velcro. Toss that Velcro right there. If I could find where my other Velcro was, I would show you. But you take a little piece of Velcro and you stick it on your power filter. And you stick your power filter Velcro to the underside of the cab. And that way when you put everything together, it sticks. And if this pops off, comes undone, your power filter and everything that's hooked up to that power filter is going to keep this from flying off. Just a little tip. So, now we've got the power filter, the power run to the transmitter. zip tie. See, this doesn't work if I do it black on black. So I got to go out here where that white background is for the door. Take your zip tie and you're just going to wrap this up. Well, let's see. Yes, because I am powering. See how that sticks really well? Because you're powering the transmitter directly. So go ahead and take and I believe that's it. Click. And you can see that I've got power to the transmitter. You see that little LED right there? Okay. So remember, this is the right leg that has the compass wire on it. This is the left leg, this is the leg that you're going to want to mount your antenna to. Let's drop my zip tie. It's okay, because I got more. So you go ahead and you get your Velcro stuck down. And you grab another zip tie because you're too fat to bend down and pick the one up off the floor. And you go ahead. You get your antenna zip tied to that leg. I hope you all can see that. The camera's a little bit far away. I know. Okay, so that's zip tied down. And I think I zip tied that to the wrong leg. If you zip tie it to the back side of it, it pulls that transmitter back just a little bit. And pulls that transmitter over your power switch. So do that to the front side of the leg. Okay. Transmitter's on. Secured, so I got the hiccups. You want to have enough power sticking out. And you know what, I mean, I usually like do a little wrap and put one little wrap a zip tie around that. You can pull that extra up so that it looks good. Kind of just tuck this around, get it out of the way. It's on the inside. Okay, plug that sucker back in if you want to. Because you cut those little connector pieces off so that you can't, you can pull it through the hole. Hell, you take your zip tie and wrap it around that power filter with the power cable in it. Check that out. Now your power cable is not going to come disconnected from your power filter. Go ahead and snip your zip tie. There you go. And that way you can plug it in. Okay, tuck that back in. Now, the last thing is your camera. This is your camera setup. Comes with the teleporter. Now, it's a really nice little camera. It does well. I don't remember how many lines and all that crap. But maybe if I read it, nope. It doesn't say shit on the outside of the box. It's a good camera, works. Of course, there are better cameras. You can get the one so that you can go from your HDMI out on your GoPro to that lead right there that plugs into your transmitter. That way you're pulling video out of your GoPro. That's if you want to fly through the gimbal. You can get that from, I'm pretty sure, I think ReadyMadeRC.com has that cable. It would be HDMI to transmitter cable, Fat Shark cable, I don't know. So you've got a little port on the back. That's where that cable plugs into. On the top, you've got an SD card port and a button. you can record your flights with this camera. I don't know why you want to. If you've got a gimbal set up, you've got the GB200, or you've got a fucking Taro gimbal, whatever. That would be what I'm recording off of. I'm not recording off of the flight camera, the FPV camera, just because this is what I'm flying through. I want this to be stable. I want this to be hard rigged to my quadcopter. I don't want this going like this and this and this and this because it's stabilized, it's hooked up to the gimbal. I want it to be hard mounted. So really all I do, this is a simple mount. Double-sided tape. Awesome. Because I'm not using this to record my flights, all you gotta do is take a little section. Now, I've seen guys mount their cameras right here. That's a no-no. Okay. Even on your V2, the 350QX V2, not the 350QX2, but either way, you should always have your GPS right here, the GPS antenna, not here. This is bullshit. There's too much electromagnetic interference. You need to have your GPS right here, underneath, on top of your battery tray, like it was in the version 1 of the 350QX. It's a lot more stable up here. What are you going to do if you put your camera right there? You're blocking your GPS antenna if you have it up here. That's a no-no. However, if you're flying with your GB200 gimbal, well, shit, there's an awesome spot to mount this right here. So you go ahead and you stick your double-sided tape to that sucker. And right here, on the front side of the gimbal, mount it just low enough. See that line in the casing? You mount it just below that line. And there you go. Now this is an all-in-one unit. You have your gimbal, the lens of your camera is in front of your gimbal. So it doesn't matter what the gimbal's doing, you're not going to see it here. Then you go ahead and you slide your gimbal in place on your mount. Take your cable. This is the transmitter end of the cable. There's just enough gap right here in between your legs to plug that transmitter cable in. You just pop it in right through there, and there you go. Now, all you've got to do is, I like to run this around this side of it just because it takes up the most amount of space. Maybe you can see it right there. The pins are, son of a bitch. The pins are in the top. And this might have been useful to hook up beforehand. Maybe. Okay. It is a little cold out here, so my double-sided tape doesn't really stick as well as I like. Actually, I think it's just some shitty tape. So there you have it. You have your camera going out to your transmitter. Your power going out through this leg. Now, because I've got the gimbal hooked up, now I can take my power lead from my gimbal, disconnect it, and bring it around this side of the gimbal. Actually, no. Bring it on that side of the gimbal. and plug it in. There's my power for the gimbal and for my video transmitter coming out of the same damn hole. Yep, that's the right hole. Coming out of the same hole, powering both units. Now, there you go. That right there is how to install your Fat Shark FPV system. And it'll work on any damn FPV system. It doesn't matter if it's the Fat Shark. As long as you have a JST plug for your power on your FPV transmitter, this can be successfully run through the leg of a 350 QX quadcopter. Along with the gimbal. It's going to prevent you from drilling holes in your 350 QX body. You know, I mean, it's not a huge deal. You're not really weakening the body that much. The thing's already a damn eggshell. It's just a lot simpler. You don't have to take it apart to do it. You just throw the thing together and just fish them through. Like I said, a pair of bent needle nose and one of these guys right here. This is just like some .048 servo wire, music piano wire. Shrink to a bamboo skewer. This is awesome for fishing cables. Thank you for joining me. ReadyMadeRC.com. Your Fat Shark Teleporter V3. All your FPV needs. These guys have it. You're getting your spiral nets for your Fat Shark. So these are the goggles themselves. You get your Fat Shark spiral nets on them. Make sure to get the SMAs, not the RP SMAs, because they won't work. So there you go. Chad Drexel on Facebook, ROC City Designs. Let me grab this t-shirt real quick because this guy's got some badass t-shirts. It's a little bit cold out, so I'd be wearing it. Regulate this. It's got the outline of the 350 QX on it. ROC City Designs on Facebook. I'll put the link below. Maybe. Have fun flying FPV. There's your tutorial how to do it.